Gladiators, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening from all over the world. I know my family are watching in Thailand, in the UK, Southampton, Anita. I know it's Southampton now. My mum in Manchester and people all over the world actually. I have people in Belgium, Luxembourg, America. Guys, thank you so much. Gladiators, thank you so much for watching my events every week. The questions are increasing, the connections and the engagements increasing. Thank you so much. It motivates me to do this over and over again. What's going on, guys? Everything good? This motivates me to keep going and hopefully contribute and add value to what you guys are receiving. As we're talking now, one of the things I said to my guys is, please avoid distractions behind the scene. Right now, the two of them are almost fighting and totally doing opposite what I asked them to do. So if you would kindly, distribute and send this message to lots of people that you know, because the feedback I'm getting is that these messages and these educational seminars are changing the world. And one of my purposes, because I'm doing this free of charge in my own time, is to help as many people as possible to have the real fulfilled lives and have lives that are totally outstanding and full of abundance of happiness, health, love and prosperity. So share this link. We are going to be going live on this one, and also we're going to send it out recorded later on. Today's live event is going to be about 10 minutes, and it's all about how the successful people spend their time and manage their time comparing to people who are not so successful. Because 1,440 is the number of minutes in a day. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg, all these people are given the same amount of time as we are, but they just spend it more efficiently than we do. People who know me know that time, I see time as the most valuable commodity you can have. You can lose money, you can lose anything, and you can gain it back, but you can never ever gain your time back. So I've got this morning I woke up at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I wrote down around 20 points where I felt that rich and successful people practice time management, but I've committed to 3 or 4 today. I'm going to see you again early next week, I think Monday, and I'm going to give you 4 or 5 more points. So I'm going to try to keep this live event to around 10 minutes rather than the 40 odd minutes we've been doing in the past few weeks. So 1,440 minutes a day. How do we spend it? The first thing I'd say is go to bed early, rise early. When you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's been proven by scientists that 4:30, 5 o'clock, the moment you wake up, you're at your optimum best. How many of us get up at 8, 8:30 or 7:30, and it takes us ages to stroll across the bedroom, put our toothbrush on? What scientists have found that if you wake up at 4:30, 5 in the morning and spend the first hour of your day planning, exercising, meditating, deciding how your day is going to be, your day will be like that. Often too many of us wake up without a plan, without any goal of how our day is going to be, and we wonder why at the end of the day we haven't achieved what we're supposed to do. The rich and successful people get up early, they plan their day, and they make sure every minute of that 1,440 minutes counts. So I tend to wake up at 5 in the morning, I plan my day, I have a beautiful breakfast, do some exercise, do my meditation. Unfortunately, I like exercising in the evenings also, so I do about an hour of exercise in the evening. But ideally, I should wake up at 4:30 and exercise at 5 o'clock. So that would be my optimum time to get the most out of myself physically. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, too many of us react to things that happen throughout the day. So we come to work, and the first thing we do, what do? We open our inbox. We open up our emails. Now, that dictates how our day should go. So what I tend to do is I open up my emails when I choose to do so. Because what happens is you're working throughout the day and you're constantly getting notifications from your WhatsApp, for your phone, for your Instagram, and you're constantly reacting to everybody else's challenges or questions, or getting them to prompt you to change your day. So what I try to do is try to avoid those, and I know it irritates my staff and people who work with me, but I like to actually decide how my day is going to go, and I choose the distractions. Now, one of the tricks that I use, and before, many years ago, people used to phone me up and say, "Hey, Dariush, are you free?" And the first thing I used to say is, "Sure, what is it?" And they could go on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or half an hour discussing things that they were priority at that time in their lives. And I might put the phone down and I'll forget what I was doing before. It'll take me 10, 15 minutes to recalibrate and go back to where I was. So now automatically I've trained myself. When somebody calls and they say, Dariush, are you free? Even if I'm not doing anything, the first thing I say is, actually, I'm in the middle of doing something right now. Is this important? And if it isn't important, it gives them the time to actually reflect to see, am I wasting Dariush's time, or is this really important? And what you find that most people say, actually, it's not important. I'll call you back when you're not busy. And that releases my half an hour productive time, office time, to focus on taking my life forward. So that's one thing I do. When my staff come into the office, I don't discuss the weekend. They hate the fact that I don't do chit chat. Richard Branson says no meeting should ever take more than 5 to 10 minutes. So if every minute is important to you, why do you have half an hour meetings? Why do you have hour meetings? Why do we stretch our meetings to fit within that hour or half an hour? When I have meetings, I actually set it at 7 minutes or 12 minutes because every minute counts. Now, when you got, let's say you have an interview with Bill Gates and he has several secretaries, they don't come and say, well, you got half an hour with Mr. Bill Gates. They actually say to the reporter, you have about 3 minutes. The reporter knows the way Bill Gates manages his time is the way I have to adapt to actually meet with him. So when I've got 3 minutes with Bill Gates, I'm not going to mess around talking about his weekend. I'm not going to talk about the coronavirus. I'm not going to talk about the weather. I'm just going to get straight to the point. So when it comes to my meetings, my guys have got the laptop open, straight to the point. They don't throw problems and monkeys on my shoulders. They actually thought the process through and they have solutions. And they give me options and opinions so I can guide them the right direction. So that's really, really important. Get people to actually think for themselves. Delegate. Don't delegate. Delegate responsibility and don't just let responsibility go. That's so important also. I forgot to bring my book. What I don't do is I don't make to-do lists. What I do is I make lists in my diary. It's really important when you start your work, you actually document things that you're going to do, but put a time scale against it. Many people just do their to-do list, and again, it was proven that 41% of things on a to-do list are never accomplished. So if you imagine you do to-do lists every single day, and you know by the end of the day you haven't done 41% or around 40 or half the things that you've got on that list, it's quite depressing. So what I do is I actually have a diary with a date on the top right hand or left hand side, depending on what day it is. And I document everything and I commit to the minutes of when I'm going to start and when I'm going to finish it. So there's that urgency to get tasks done, to accomplish things. Finally, O'Day is behind the camera. We had this chat today, is that if you're looking at things to do, it's really important to do the most important things first. Don't do the things that are more important, but urgent and important. So do your urgent tasks first, who give you the best results at the end of the day. But if your to-do list on your diary is filled with things that are less than 5 minutes, do them immediately. Because what will happen is, and we have this in our company, is that we're trying to accomplish massive tasks, but we're so busy trying to accomplish those massive tasks, we might miss 10 or 15 things that are urgent in our day. And you keep looking and you keep procrastinating and you wonder why you're not accomplishing things or achieving things like successful people do. Walk faster. It's incredible when you see a successful person. They're on a mission. They're going from A to B and they have to get there in the fastest possible time. If I see an unsuccessful person and I know that my staff are listening to this and I see them every morning and I say hello to them in the corridor, the ones who are walking like this and dragging their feet, they lack purpose. People with purpose, people with goals in life, walk fast. They go to a destination. People who are just like a sailing boat and wherever turbulence or the wind takes them, they get distracted, just like those notifications. So they're dragging their feet and the receptionist says hello, there's a 5-minute conversation there, the 10-minute conversation over here. And by the time they've had their coffee, put their bags down, got themselves ready, switch the laptop on, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. But this time, Bill Gates has made another $10 million. So be aware of the most expensive commodity in your lives, which is your time. I think I've waffled on enough, and I'm hoping that on Monday I'll give you at least 5 or 6 other tricks that the wealthy use to make most of their time and become most productive. But we do have one question, and the question, I think, Uday, was that, do you compromise quality of work against the time taken to do it? Did I word it right?
Yes. How do you keep that also within the budget that you have?
Okay, and within the budget. The budget is quite, again, irrelevant, because if you can do things at the right speed, at the right time, and the right standard, then you achieved everything. You do it within the budget. So one of the areas that I see entrepreneurs is that they don't trust their team. And they know that their team cannot do and accomplish tasks like they would do. It's not going to be 100% right. Perfectionists is often those type of people who don't like delegating. So what I say is that just accept the fact that your team will be 80% as good as you. Just accept it. Don't give timescales that are realistic to you and unrealistic to them. Because often people say, how long is it going to take? I'll do it tomorrow. And you promise the same delivery for tomorrow, and you put extra pressure on the team. The best thing to do is actually give it 2 days gap and space, and make sure people achieve those. And then you're the one who actually filters it and make sure you can do that extra 80% to the 90%, because your staff will never be as good as you. So delegate, do KPIs, put time scales, monitor and guide, and stop doing it all yourself, because there's never going to be greatness on your own. It's always going to be part of your team. Done?
Yes.
Guys, gladiators, I love you very, very much. Do we have questions?
We don't have questions, but we have a lot of interaction. I just love your session. Makes sense, true.
Great.
Love it.
Great. Love you all. I honor you all, and I wish you the most amazing weekend. But I urge you, analyze your day. Have the bathroom moment. Look in the mirror. Be honest with yourself. Kill the friggin' ego. It's the egos that's killing you, right? Kill the ego, because at the end of the day, we come alone, we go alone. It's your life. Have an honest dialogue with yourself. Improve the quality of your life. You deserve abundance, gladiators. Go out there and have the most amazing life. I honor you. Bye.